recording, and I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Everybody see my screen? Everybody see it? Okay, we're good. Okay. Hey, just wanted to, more or less, we're touching base and want to go over a few things as you guys are getting into the semester. Really in module 2, as we get into this that covers the next month, there's really you'll have a couple discussion activities that you'll do your posts for. And then you guys have already kind of gotten in your groups. So you had a lesson plans draft copy submitted, responded to you guys, everything looked good, got those back to you. That final lesson plan won't actually be due until March 13th. So, but I did get those back to you. Everybody should have had theirs. And then just continue recording your practicum log hours. Is anybody having concerns on getting those hours in? I mean, is that anybody say it's going to be an issue for you up to this point? No, everyone feel good about that? Okay. And just making sure you have your discussion boards posted. I do want to kind of point out one of the things, assignments that will be coming up due right as we transition out of module 2, going into module 3, is where step 1 in the FBA is going to be due for submission. And so basically that's what I've pulled up off of Blackboard just to kind of show you. Step 1 is basically the data collection phase of it, and it kind of goes through the explanation of it, where it's going to be the first step in conducting your FBA. You're going to be collecting your data, and the forms are on here. So I want to make sure everyone's familiar with this area. I'm kind of scrolling over it with my mouse. Does everyone see this here? This area, it's got the forms, the templates. Okay. And so basically the main things we're going to be looking for that you're going to need on that's the interview form, your behavior observation chart, the ABC analysis, and then the frequency and duration. So that assignment actually is not due. I'm just kind of looking ahead to make sure it's on your radar. Won't be due until April the 3rd, but it's right there as we transition out of module 2 and 3. So module 2 is just a continuation really of what we've done in module 1. You're doing you're getting your practicum logs, your hours in, and then the discussion board activities. So on your can't do, won't do assignments, I'm just going to kind of go back on that. Did anything on that stick out to you guys? Was it pretty much spot on what you thought it was going to be with the student that you selected?
I wanted the improvement to be higher.
Oh yeah, than what you saw. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted the burden for it to be a success, for the assignment to be higher. I was like, oh, that's too easy to improve. That's not a big enough improvement.
Yeah.
I just think I'm ridiculous with that in general. So
yeah. Okay. Anybody, anything else? Rest of you stick out, or was it pretty much spot on with what you thought your student? Steve, Marcy, anybody?
I just thought that it kind of confirmed that, and I'm not saying this anywhere in a bad way at all, but, when we ask kids, like, did you give 100%? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But often they don't, and
right.
The difference between giving 100% when you kind of try hard and giving 100% like legit, it was improvement, and you're like, gosh, if you used to do that all the time, where would we be? But of course, it's not really the way it is. And I'm guilty of it too, right? I do the same thing. Yeah, I gave my effort, and like, man,
it's easy, and especially too with COVID, it seems like any type of challenging activity you present to students, it just seems like they shut down a lot quicker. I don't know, maybe it's just me seeing that. I don't know, do you guys notice that, especially through the pandemic? Yeah. Okay. And how quickly they shut down on you sometimes. So anyway, I just kind of want to go back and reflect on that. So moving forward, does anyone have any questions? Anything regarding your practicum hours, or as we kind of start easing into the FBA, the activity for step 1 that you're going to submit coming off the end of module 2. Everyone feel pretty comfortable about it? Yeah. Any questions on it, Jamie, Steve, Marcy, anything that concerns you?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Steve, everything good for you?
Yeah, so far it looks pretty straightforward.
Okay. Jamie, you feel good about it?
I think so. I'll
Yeah.
be sure to email you. If
Yeah,
I change
you,
my mind.
you can email me again. I know this is a later meeting and all that, and I don't want to just keep you on here for the sake of keeping you on here, but did step 1, the one you'll submit, is pretty self-explanatory. And again, like Jamie said, you guys can always email me. Again, I'll remind you, I check those first thing in the morning, and then I'll always come back on that early evening after 5 and check those again. So if everyone's good, I don't want to just keep you on here and drag out your time. I know you have a lot going on and trying to keep up. So does everyone feel pretty comfortable at this point going into module 2? It's pretty self-explanatory. We will have, I feel like, just looking ahead, once we start module 3, when we meet again, we'll need to probably dive into it a little bit more and have some discussion as we get into the FBA and start moving into the second step. And then also even looking ahead to the behavioral plan that we'll be submitting to the groups. So we'll dive into that deeper in the next Zoom session. So, okay. Unless anybody has any other questions, I'll let you go, and we'll call it an early evening and let you enjoy some downtime this evening. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Stay warm.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Thank you.